knew then that it wasn't for me. But if we're really honest, it had moments like it just didn't quite feel right.
You have to be clear and concise, knowing when something isn't working because you're not applying yourself versus what you're doing isn't part of your purpose and your destiny in life. Hello, I'm Joseph Williams.
And I'm Ebony Williams.
And we are co-founders of J&E Coaching,
where we challenge women to align,
amplify,
and accelerate their goals and intimate relationships by challenging their BS.
Today, we just want to share our life story with you guys. We want to share this so that you can have context. Mm-hmm. So when we share content, you can have a reference point for our life and as we share methods and strategies and how you can transform your lives. When Ebony and I met, we were on a course. We kind of knew what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Well, I was definitely certain and I knew what I wanted to do. I was in school for music, jazz performance, and you were in school for?
Law.
And you see how she said that? Her physiological state, law. You know why she said it like that? It's because she really didn't want to be in school for law.
No. About my first semester into my freshman year of college, I knew then that it wasn't for me. But instead of listening to my instincts, I chose to buy into the expectation that was set of me.
So I called her out on it, and because she's really into fashion, and I said, "What are you doing trying to be a lawyer?"
Yeah.
And fast forward, she ended up going to school for fashion. Mm-hmm. So we get married. We're still kind of, on path to pursue things in fashion and things in music.
But if we're really honest though, it had moments like it just didn't quite feel right.
Yeah, nothing ever. Really pan out. Mm-hmm. And sidebar, you have to be clear and concise with your goals and dreams in life, knowing when something isn't working because you're not applying yourself versus what you're doing isn't part of your purpose and your destiny in life.
Exactly.
So what we became consciously aware of is that what we were pursuing, even though we loved it, right?
Yes,
we loved it.
We loved it.
What we were consciously able to see in real time is that maybe this is not for us.
Maybe this is not for us. And along our journey, we both literally, first of all, I do love us so much. I really do. Because we are actually a couple that are blessed to have actually grown together.
Right.
We literally, we just, we're always together. And so we both actually just got to a place of there has got to be more to life than this. Like, this cannot be it. And on top of that, why am I even here? Like, what was the actual reason I was made? Because all I know is that this right here, it's not working.
The famous quote: "The two most important days of our life is the day you're born and the day
you find out why."
We didn't know our why.
No.
But we knew what we were doing wasn't it.
Exactly. Which,
that's the first step.
That is actually a really great first step.
If you can identify what you're not called to, that's a great step in the forward direction.
Yes, it is. And it is obviously, it's also a key indicator, right? It's just meant to pivot you. It's not like something that's meant to be, woe is me. It just pivots you. So,
out of pure frustration, we're laughing about it, but it was so real.
It was very real.
We can't describe to you. If you all right now have that feeling where you know unequivocally in your gut that you're waking up doing something. If you can't honestly say, and beyond the money that you may be making, or free baseball tickets and
free turkeys,
and ham and for Christmas. Beyond all that stuff, if you know that you're still not fulfilled, then you're doing the wrong thing.
It's not it.
And that's the best way we can describe to you how we were feeling.
Exactly.
We knew that we were missing it. We were unfulfilled.
Yes. Hands like unequivocally, yes.
So we got to a place of surrender. We got to a place of surrender where we went to God in prayer.
Yes.
And we just surrendered our path, our thoughts, our purpose, our entire lives,
our plans, like whatever we had said, we decided that we would lay those aside and do whatever.
And another sidebar, that was such a vulnerable moment.
Oh my gosh.
I can liken that situation to when I was in high school, my first time ever jumping off a diving board, and this total sensation of weightlessness.
Yeah.
You just put yourself out there and you don't know what's gonna happen.
You have no clue. But the truth is that like somehow that it's the right decision for you. Like you just know that it's something that you have to do. And that's what we did. We knew that it was something that we had to do. So regardless of our plans or our goals, we would lay them aside, because who would know us better, right? Like than our manufacturer.
The manufacturer.
Exactly. Like he's the one who has the plan.
We're just the byproduct of the manufacturer.
Exactly. So who better to go to, right? But
so the very next day, it was this individual at our church that we were going to at the time, and she said that God heard you, and He's going to answer you
as you walk it out.
Things will start to reveal themselves to you. So we got this confirmation from praying, right? So now, unbeknownst to us, we just started preparing for something. We didn't even know what we were preparing for.
Right.
We started packing things up. We didn't even know that at the end of part of the journey involved us relocating to Dallas, Texas.
Exactly.
But that was part of the journey.
And it took us about a year.
Yeah, a year.
About a year to get to that space. But yes, ultimately, we prepared to move. We just began preparing to move.
We have some money saved up, and another sidebar, because we don't like when people do this. So many people say, "Well, I just picked up and just moved to so and so," but they didn't tell you that somebody was funding them or that they moved in with somebody. We both literally just packed up our compact car, just a few trash bags with some clothes and miscellaneous stuff.
No jobs lined
up. And we just moved.
We did.
So now we're in Dallas, Texas, and this is when we didn't even know it at the time. Well, we actually kind of start prepping for that right before we left too. We bought a laptop and some other things, and that's when we actually first started our coaching business. That was 2016.
Yes.
2015. 2015. We first, which we didn't even know it was a coaching business at that time. All we were doing is just uploading content on YouTube and Facebook, motivational content and different things like that.
Yeah.
So we was doing it every day. No jobs,
but we did that every day, every single day.
And so we did that, and we was just like, okay, slowly but surely, we was good. We was lonely. We were vulnerable because we're in Dallas, Texas. No family, no friends. It's just us. No jobs, nothing.
Yeah.
So we're there, uploading content, just doing everything we know to do, and slowly but surely, less and less money in our bank account. Less and less money in our bank account. We're like, okay, when is something gonna happen?
Right.
We've heard all these stories where somebody just moved, and then bam, something happened. Nothing happened
because they were obedient, bam.
So we kept going. Nothing's happening. We still uploading content. Nothing's happening. We run out of money. Run out of money. So we get to this place where within a 2-week span, we we found out unexpectedly that we were having a baby.
Mm-hmm. And my father passed away.
And that we didn't have little to any money left.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those things happened within 2 weeks.
Yep. The last 2 weeks, obviously. So after about 3 months, technically, of us moving to Dallas originally, we ended up moving back to St. Louis, Missouri.
Pause. When we got in the car to drive back to St. Louis, Missouri, all this emotion over here. When we got in the car to drive back to St. Louis, something that we did not want to do.
No.
And I want to be clear. It's not about the city. It was just that we were called to something different, into something new. So it wasn't about the city. It was just that now we knew that we were back out of alignment with our purpose and our destiny.
Absolutely.
So we got in the car and we're driving back to St. Louis, and we're on the highway. We're still in Dallas. I said, Ebony, this was not a mistake.
Yes.
This was not a failure.
Yes.
I said, I don't know how, but we're gonna get back to Dallas.
We're getting back. Yes.
We're gonna get back in alignment with our purpose and do all those different things like that. So I set the tone in that moment.
Exactly.
You know, instead of to acquiesce to the situations, because in life we can have post-traumatic stress or
post-traumatic growth.
We're either going through life
or growing through life.
So in that moment, we chose to grow through life.
Yes.
As hard as that was.
Yes.
Matter of fact, let me backtrack for a second. Let me backtrack. The last few weeks we were in Dallas, my wife, and I understand it, my wife got to a point, because we dealt with all three of these things within 2 weeks. Dealing with unexpected pregnancy. Because let's keep things in context. We're in Dallas, Texas. No family, no friends. Little money. No health benefits, right? Mm-hmm. So here we are in a new city. We don't even know where to go to a free clinic.
Right.
I mean, we're totally just out of our own element, right? Mm-hmm. So Ebony, one day, I'll never forget this. She was hurting so bad, and I knew it. But I was holding her, and I said, Ebony, I'm going to speak for you, even though you can't speak for yourself.
And that was by far, so the reason why I'm not even sure if that was my lowest moment, because I feel like just so to be honest, this portion of our journey that we're speaking of now was for me my lowest moment, because it was truly just a lot to take in. And if you were someone who is consciously aware of like the words that you say, how you know you have to make sure that you're actually staying on top of your thought life in conjunction with like literally life bombarding you, it can be quite overwhelming. And I literally just got to a space where I just didn't know what to say. And because I didn't know what to say, I refused to say anything negative. So I didn't say anything at all.
And that's why I had to speak for her. And, you know, we've been using the word consciously aware. I had to be consciously aware of my wife and what she was dealing with. And as her husband, as her spouse,
yes,
as her partner,
yes,
I had to step up and intervene in that situation and speak for her when she couldn't speak for herself.
Yes.
So, you know, we were able to get through that situation. So now we're back in St. Louis. I got my old job back.
Joseph's able to get his old job back. I was not able to get my job back, nor was I able to find a job. I didn't find a job until I was about 7 months pregnant. Now, I'm sure some people out there will be wondering, like, okay, well, how? But I actually, like, I was still wearing, like, my regular shirts, not pants, but regular shirts. Like, I still really wasn't, like, showing a whole bunch. I was still able to fit my regular shirts. Now, let's kind of fast forward a little bit. And I'm in the hospital. We give birth to our son, Oliver. And it's 2 days after my cesarean, and I receive a call from HR saying, hey, you have two choices. We can either fire you, or you can resign with the opportunity to apply back. And I was like, oh, okay.
Great choices.
Okay. Now, something that that was really, I don't know, kind of weird.
Yeah.
Almost really weird is that I was totally aware of the conversation and I could not get upset. Like, I was super level head. Like,
you did really good.
Super level head.
I was surprised.
And that actually worked out in my favor.
Our favor.
It did work out in our favor. It totally worked out in our favor because that same company was the reason why we were able to relocate back to Dallas, Texas.
Now, had she had post-traumatic stress in that situation and used the wrong language, oh man, that company is so-and-so, you know, blah, 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 then I definitely believe that would have crippled our chances of getting back to Dallas, at least at the time frame that we've been allotted to.
Exactly.
So she really handled that well, and we moved back to Dallas, Texas, and now we own our own company, J&E Coaching, where we coach and we're public speakers.
And most importantly, we are actually in alignment with our purpose. We are honestly and truly fulfilled in what it is that we do. We love the opportunities that we are afforded to speak and coach around the world.
Right.
It's truly a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yes. So thank you for joining us and for just taking a little time out to listen to our story of becoming. And never forget that if it's not challenging you,
it won't change you.
See you later.
Bye, guys.